Oke, lanjut aja ya. Yes.
Body and mind.
Lu aja apa? Ya udah ya. Ada Kinis dengan Charlotte. Aku harap Charlotte ada suaranya. Ya, Charlotte tuh kayaknya nggak ada suara deh. Coba. Kayaknya nggak ada suara. Aku mau cek. Tentang. Oh iya, nggak ada suara. Aduh, nggak ada voice lagi. Ntar aku WC dulu ya. Tiba-tiba WC nih. Sampai halo Hakim. Aku ke WC dulu ya. Gua mau BAB dulu. Tiba-tiba makan barusan nih. Tes. Oke, aman. Oh. Aw, sakit. Sorry. Langsung saja ya. Kita akan
Hey, there's a newsstand over there. Want to grab a copy of the Steambird? We know our Fontanian friends love a little drama. There's no way they let their readers down. Isn't that Charlotte? And standing next to her, surely that can't be Kinich?
How about... Lost treasure resurfaces at last. Behold the beauty of the Remurian teacup.
sesuai ekspektasi ya.
Pretty shocking. But it still feels like it's missing something. Ah, got it. Udex gravely wounded in shocking stabbing. Set to miss cross-border smuggling trial.
Huh? What? Did Paimon hear that right? Nevelet was stabbed and gravely wounded? No, surely that can't be right. Can it?
Loyal friend.
Hey there, you two.
Sopan.
Fancy running into you here.
Yeah, that, and also a less than pleasant shock. What the heck was all that about a Saurian meat restaurant and the Udex getting stabbed? Please say you weren't being serious. Trading tabloid headlines?
Yeah. Charlotte and I were having a little contest to see who could find the most ridiculous fake news stories. Either I got lucky, or I have a knack for honing in on the most outrageous material. If I had to quantify it, I'd say about 1% of what they write is the truth.
Huh? Him? Lenient? Oh, you gotta be kidding! Ah!
Don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to give credit to these so-called news stories for occasionally including a grain of truth. All I'm saying is, even the wildest leaps of the human imagination are always rooted in reality.
You mean all those fake headlines you mentioned actually do have some basis in fact?
Sure they do. For instance, there was in fact a smuggling trial recently. Considering the amount of speculation surrounding the smuggled goods, it's no wonder there are rumors about restaurants serving saurian meat or teacups being unearthed from ancient ruins. But in reality, the goods in question were simply a few ancient relics dug up from ruins in that land. Rest assured, no saurians were harmed in the process.
Oh, okay. Paimon was so busy freaking out about those headlines that she totally forgot to ask why you're here in Fontaine, Kinich.
It was a pretty open and shut case, and my testimony in court was clear enough. But I'm guessing, Mademoiselle Charlotte, that you're less interested in the case than you are in trying to uncover some news stories about Natlan.
Suka loh orang Natal mengatakan dengan lancar. Mademoiselle Charlotte. Wih. Ah. Ih. Mantap kali. Bagi kalian nggak tahu, voice-nya Kinich ini keturunan Jepang. Dengan mengatakan bahasa seperti itu, Kental banget kan rasa. Sebagai orang Inggris.
I appreciate your kind invitation, but like I said, storytelling isn't really my forte.
Kaniche the speechless! Kaniche the tongue-tied! Huh?
If you're dead set on doing an interview, why not talk to the traveler instead?
Di bumerang kayak kita akhirnya.
Charlotte never stops, does she? Anyway, Paimon just has to ask. That how thing that popped out before, or was it a how? It kind of looked like a how, but at the same time...
Oh, that thing. Yeah, that was a how.
Huh? What's up with him? Like, he's still noisy, but he's way quieter than before. It's like he's trying to hide or something.
Bisa acclimate.
Could be.
Not acclimatizing? Aw, poor Almighty Dragon Lord is not feeling well.
Oh, dia sendiri. Gue kira ditarik.
Too bad he can't come out to argue back.
What do you mean?
There's nothing physically wrong with him. It actually has to do with a strange law we learned about after arriving in Fontaine. Apparently, it's forbidden to release flying objects within Fontaine city limits during the first 3 days of each month.
Paimon sure does. Paimon's been down this road before. There's an easy solution. As long as Kaniche holds onto a house tail, he'll be considered an Almighty Dragon Lord balloon, not a flying Almighty Dragon Lord.
Not gonna lie, I was considering that. But a how wasn't too thrilled with the idea of huffing and puffing away in the form of a mini helium balloon. That said, it's pretty annoying how he keeps randomly popping up all of a sudden. Anyway, this morning I saw a notice outside the Palais Mermonia about an event that's set to take place outside the city soon. Something to do with filmmaking. I hear that's all the rage here. I was planning to stay here and do some exploring for a few extra days anyway, so I think I'll go check it out. It'll be a good chance to let that noisy helium balloon out. He might even learn a thing or two. If you're free, why don't you come along? I know where it is, so let me lead the way.
An overnight fantasy land. Yang aku setuju tuh tumben ya. Si siapa namanya? Kini saya tahu loh. Di sini. Langsung tele. Masa langsung tele ini? Oh iya langsung tele.
Looks like I remembered correctly. Here we are.
Wow, this is awesome! Hard to believe it was just an empty beach before.
Ooh.
Yeah, it was still completely deserted only a few days ago when I passed by on my way to testify at the Opera House.
Harusnya kosong ya.
There must be some efficient workers in Fontaine. Quite impressive.
A few days? One night was all it took. Rap-a-tap-tap, ta-da!
Jadi gue kira live. Enggak, Q. Halo. Besok aku mau live. Cuma nggak tahu kapan. Mungkin hari siang mungkin kalau bisa.
But is this all it takes to blow people away? Oh, no. Given my past experience, I can't let myself get carried away.
Aku mau rencana dapat Hugo. Karena Vivian nggak dapet, jadinya ya Hugo aja. Ya. Tapi ya. Pamer di Vivian gitu. Boleh aja drop ID-mu. Mungkin aku cek di website aja mungkin. Di apa? Ekonomi. Maksudnya engka ini. Ya engka. Ya aku cek di engka newok aja. Boleh nggak apa-apa, di game lain juga nggak apa-apa.
Wow, I can't believe you actually remember me. It's me, Lepine Pauline. That's right, the unlucky one.
Lebih pound. Wait. Ini siapa ini? Lebih pound. Phantom Blabber Beast. Karakter film ikut nama perang. Hah? ...2023. I'm begging you the biggest, bigger. Oh, Charlotte. Oh, yang membuat kita pakai kamera. Oh, iya. Di Venavia itu ya. Nggak heran ya.
Of course.
Nggak heran.
How else would we have managed to build Fantasyland in a single night?
Nggak heran ya.
Fantasyland?
At least that's how I like to think of it myself. A magical land of fantasy, the stuff of film buffs' dreams.
Tidak heran kalau Lepin Pauline masuk di
I know
sini.
it sounds like I'm laying it on thick, but that really is the goal here. As you can see, the theme of this amusement park is Fontanian filmmaking, a place for all film lovers to come together and co-construct a world of dreams.
Co-construct? Well,
Ya,
that's a
patah-patah.
relief.
Patah-patah.
Sounds like you're sharing the cost this
Ya, Bu.
time rather than pouring your entire life
Oh,
savings
iya,
into a
patah-patah.
single project.
Masa? Coba aku gerakin tanganku. Oh iya, nggak patah-patah ya. Oh iya, patah-patah. Ini karena emang internetnya yang lagi nge-lag kayaknya. Iya, patah-patah. Kuning-kuning. Indihome lagi kurang enak. Sorry guys ya. Ini emang Indihome-nya yang nggak tahu ini kenapa.
Nope. I might be inviting others to help fund this, but that doesn't mean I haven't thrown
Wait,
all
tunggu,
my
tunggu.
life savings into it too.
Huh? You've got to be kidding.
POV-mu nggak tuh? Iya, ini Indihome-nya ini. Sama kayak lagi gak enak itu. Ini tebak gua hujan ya. Tapi biasanya kalau hujan tuh nggak pengaruh juga harusnya. Emang kadang
Look
aja
at
ini.
you, puny
Idiomnya
little
emang aneh.
humans. Recklessly betting your entire future against some stupid vanity project. If you're expecting even an ounce of sympathy from the almighty Dragon Lord, dream on! Mockery is all you shall get, straight from the heart!
Sorry, just ignore that little gizmoid. He likes to butt in occasionally. Do go on.
Gizmoid? Who you calling Gizmoid? You're the Gizmoid!
Hahaha, Gizmoid gak tuh? Coba aku mau cek dulu. Beneran kata Gizmoid. Enak banget loh dia ngomong Gizmoid loh. Coba cek aku. Aku mau cek internet dulu. Ini menarik ya. Gizmoid. What is thing? Flustered. So dumb. Nah, fun fact-nya, Gizmoid ini tuh ada sebuah perangkat yang sebenarnya kayak pengen banget untuk saingin si saingin si Game Boy itu pada tahun 2000-an. Dan tentu saja gagal.
Wow, that's quite a nifty mecha you
Keren
got
yang
yourself
mengatakan
there.
Gizmoid.
Is it some sort of smart personal assistant?
Ya kayak that's a dumb idea gitu. Kadang gue mau nonjol just.
You ought to let Miss
Yeah,
Charlotte see
see,
your
gua
cool
juga ya.
gadget. Who knows? Maybe you could even look into mass production.
Mass production? Ugh, insolent, vulgar, and disrespectful! I, the almighty Dragon Lord, am one of a kind! There has never been another like me, nor will there ever be! And another thing, smart is the understatement of the century! I shall have you know that I am Kahulahau, forebear of ancient wisdom! I lived for eons long before any of you were born!
What? Heavens above! I beg your pardon, forebear of ancient wisdom. Please, I meant no offense.
Ini dosa minta maaf, bro. Hey.
Idiot meets idiot.
What's all the fuss?
Oh,
Making some new friends, are we?
speaking of devil, bro. Woo.
Miss Navia! Allow me to introduce the star behind all the work that's gone into this venue. Miss Navia, president of
Fontaine Spina di Rosura.
Oh, hello, everyone.
Ya ampun mukanya.
Partner, Paimon. How
Kira-kira.
have you been lately?
My trusty partner.
Hello there. I'm Kanich.
Ini ketawa nyinyir-nyinyir ini.
What about me? What about me? My useless servant can't even give me a proper introduction.
You think someone yelling their name out in the middle of a public street really needs an introduction?
He's not wrong. I caught yours just now, in fact. So,
Wait.
you must be the almighty Dragon Lord, Mr. Ahau. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Ini tumben tahu loh dia.
Oh, see that? That's what I call proper manners. Well, it's not every day you meet a well-mannered human. Navia, was it? Excellent. You may address the almighty Dragon Lord by his name. Navia, don't you think the title Almighty Dragon Lord is a bit silly?
It's no big deal. All little animals do that, don't they? I mean, try to puff themselves up to look more impressive.
Animal.
Anyway, it's all thanks to Miss Navia and the
Setidaknya
Spiritual that Fantasyland's
terima
gotten
aja.
up and running in the space of a single night. Honestly, thank heavens! After all that paperwork and endless waiting, the event and venue finally got the green light. I couldn't wait a moment longer. The second the approval came through, I reached out to President Navia hoping she could lend a hand.
Semangat, Lepin. Akan menjadi peluang keduamu ya. Pekerjaanmu selalu didatangi. Langsung cuan.
After all, who else but the Spina di Rosula would indulge such impulsive demands?
Iya. Cengirnya itu loh. Aduh.
Sorry, traveler. Miss Lapine Pauline sometimes gets a bit overwhelmed by her own excitement. As you can see, I'm guessing she hasn't gone into much detail about the event yet. So let me fill you in. In short, the Cheval Moran Film Fantasyland is a fan convention that's open to film enthusiasts from all over Teyvat. Miss Lapine Pauline is hosting this event and also providing technical support.
Huh? Cheval Moran?
That's right, the one and only Surintendant Cheval Moran.
Cheval Moran.
After much persistence and many solicitations, I finally obtained Lady Farina's permission to use the image of her close friend.
Apa ini? Nge-referensin Cepus lah.
Not only is our adorable mascot drawing in fans by the minute, but she's also boosting her own popularity. And that was always the goal, a win-win arrangement.
It's been a while since we last met, but still, it's a surprise to hear Lapine Pauline coming out with such sensible ideas. By the way, Miss Lapine Pauline, have you decided to switch careers and go into film tech?
Not exactly. By chance, one of the prototype lenses I developed caught a photographer's eye, and it's now being used for the latest cinematic productions. Thanks to this unexpected opportunity, I've had the chance to invent various film-related equipment and props.
That's right. So don't underestimate Miss Lapine Pauline, our resident engineer. She's the technical powerhouse at the core of this entire event. As for the Spina di Rosula, we're mainly here to take care of planning, operations, and management. For anyone feeling inspired to set up a booth, Miss Lapine Pauline and I will provide the necessary technical and operational support once their application has been approved. By the way, traveler, are you at all interested in taking part? It would be a chance for you to earn some extra income. Plus, with your skills, I'm sure you could bring something special to the table.
Paimon would be even more tempted if you were to say, throw in one of those fancy feasts she's seen in those gourmet food reels.
Well, as it happens, that'll be a piece of cake.
Agak ngalek soalnya sambal kan. Gak apa-apa. Yang penting jalan aja game Mikemu, jangan sampai ngalek juga. Soalnya itu game tryhard juga kan itu.
Everyone needs to eat, whether they be tourists or the stall owners themselves. So thanks to Miss Navia's help, we've managed to invite none other than the celebrity chef Miss Escoffier to run our theme restaurant.
SKB.
Look over there!
Sepertinya dalam hal yang
You! Yes, you! For the last time, the ingredients have to be in the right ratio! Get it right next time, or you might as well just lie down on the chopping board yourself.
Ini jadi meme ini guys. Kalian tau nggak meme yang nunjuk itu? Ini jadi meme ini. Tunjukkan 2.0.
She seems a bit busy right now.
Well, I'm sold. I think I'll make a How go be her assistant.
You little... What's your game here?
Demoiselle, sorry to bother you, but there's an issue over here that requires your personal attention.
Sudah gue screenshot, tenang aja. Pokoknya kalau ada momen-momen yang terbaik akan ku screenshot.
Apologies. Looks like it's back to work with me. Please feel free to take a gander at what we've got. Anyway, if you're interested in taking part, come find me later.
Okay. This is Aquaman from Spina. Banyak ini. Oke, banyak sekali. An overnight fantasy land. Kita mulai dari sini aja dulu. Lapine Pauline.
Greetings. Apologies if you overheard my harsh words just now, but I assure you it is entirely necessary. The sheer lack of standards here will be the death of me. Do you have any idea of the kind of customers I'm gonna get with how lax things are at the moment?
Bener-bener kayak Hell's Kitchen ini.
The ones that leave their guns behind by accident, and then come back to collect them later bringing ammunition with them.
Yeah, that's the kind of customer you wouldn't forget in a hurry.
Oh.
Ini namanya real life guys.
Wait, has that happened before?
No, it's just the mention of guns reminded me. Someone did actually leave their gun
13
nearby.
11 61 328 Scavi Rams. Ya, Scavi.
Huh?
Scavi.
Just before we started setting up, as
Aku
we were
suka
cleaning up the
Scavi.
site, someone stumbled upon a mysterious locked box.
Scavi ini bagus. Aku suka penampilannya kayak secantik-cantiknya orang. Kalau dia udah apa ya, kayak jurusan dia tuh bener-bener di dalam banget. Itu yang jadi hal yang menarik. Itu ID BTW. ID-mu belum nongol. Kim. Coba nongolin lagi ID-mu. Ini kayaknya udah di-ban oleh Nightbot-nya. Bukan, oleh YouTube-nya. Coba kamu drop ID-mu tapi pakai koma ya. Ini nggak nongol di saya semua pakai. Nah itu gua nggak tahu itu, jangan tanya gua itu. Itu don't do that, don't
It
say
didn't
that.
look like something from Fontaine, though. It had more of a Natlanese vibe.
Atlantis Pak.
Oh?
Just before start. Natlan kok pakai baju hitam kayak gitu?
Do you think a foreign tourist might have left it behind?
That's what I assumed at first. But the box was buried beneath a pile of wooden planks,
Oh, itu.
rocks, and whatnot, so it seemed like someone deliberately hid it
Oke.
there.
Oh itu ya IDmu. Aku kira lu ngepantun. sorry. Astaga. Oh ini ASCII ya. Coba kita cek. Bentar. Oke. Kita akan cek. Ini gua zoomin aja biar kelihatan. Oh, jangan ke semua. Baik. Jadi ya. Kecil. Kecil lagi. Kita akan cek ya. Ini Miyabi-nya. Attack HP segini, oke. Nanti, crit rate-nya full attack ya ini. Aku cek di sini tuh, oke lah, nggak masalah. Oh nggak ice. Crit damage ini. Attack. Oke, ini attack. Oh ini critical rate ya kamu. Ke cap gak sih ini jatuhnya? Soalnya signature dia ini tuh sudah bisa ningkatin critical rate dan juga W engine. Dan apa sih namanya? W engine-nya si Miyabi itu apa sih? Pasifnya dia ini tuh sudah ada peningkatan critical rate. Ganti crit damage aja nih. Memang cap ada gitu, tapi kalau udah cap tuh kayak rasa terlalu over gak sih? Ya, gua pikir kayaknya ini terlalu over ya. Tapi overall bagus ini. Mepet lah, ada crit damage-nya, ada critical rate, netral semua. Salut lah gua. Tadi lu Vivian, Vivian ya, lupa gua. Vivian. Oh, hybrid ini, bro. Hahaha. Vivian kok wow. Sorry. Wow. Aku salut ya. Dia ngebalance ketika academic. Oke lah, enggak masalah. Ini jatuhnya hybrid. Oke lah, nggak masalah gua. Iter damage, reinforce gourmet ya. Tupi banget ya. Lu pengen basic attack-nya daripada skill sama ini. Aku nggak ngerti ya main Vivian tuh gimana ya. Ada yang bisa tahu? Terus tupi gini ya. Oke lah, napet lah. Dynamic anomali master proficiency. Update lah. Kalaupun ada PR mungkin ini sih attack. Enggak. Attack ya. Attacknya kecilan ini. Ya sebagai experience-ku gua main Zone Zero ya. Ya Nagi dengan Piper tuh gua pakai signature grace dan juga signature apa ya, pakai ini apa si wow ini hiu ikan lah pokoknya aku mau mengatakan itu attack-nya kecil banget ini. Walaupun sudah katanya sudah dikompensasi dengan pasifnya, tentu saja masih kurang. Saya minimal 20. Solusinya ganti iternya jadi attack hiu. Solusinya solusinya cuma satu itu aja. Kamu nggak bisa membantah hal itu lagi kalau kayak gini. Soalnya aku punya build paper ya. Mentok-mentok kalau kayak rekomendasi build tuh sudah mentok 2000. Bukan, mentok-mentok tuh kalau dia pakai build standar gini ya, kayak ada iter, ada AM, ada anomali proficiency. Itu mentok 2000 lah minimal. Karena Piper dengan Yanagi juga termasuk gitu. Nah, kalau misalnya kalau nggak kamu kurang kayak 2000 gitu. Mentok-mentok 2500 kayak anomali kayak gini. Jadi aku nyaranin ganti tag aja nih si anomali iter damage-nya. Ini ganti tag aja. Tapi ingat kalau kamu bener-bener ya antusias lu pakai senjata ini doang gitu loh. Kalau lu punya kalau ada apa ya kayak weapon game ini tuh yang anomali hitam itu. Yang kayak mata anomali hitam. Itu best slot dia itu F2P-nya. Kalau lu ganti dengan weaponnya Grace juga nggak apa-apa. Justru malah sama aja dengan ini. Tapi bedanya kamu butuh tag lagi. Memang susah tagnya. Aku jamin hal itu. Fokusnya tag aja ini. Ganti di attack. Di apa sih ini yang 30.000. Itu aja aku pengen. Aku nyalain ke kamu. Sama ini. Aku nyobain buat nyampe anomali 400-an. Susah tapi bro. Ini aja mentok kamu 400 nih. Aku nggak tahu pasifnya dia anomalinya 400 nih. Susah tapi untuk apa 400? 400 susah bro. Bahkan iter aja belum mentok sampai 400 ini. Ganti aja tag nggak apa-apa. Atau kamu ganti aja gitu kayak scam boxing gitu kayak di apa sih Bardik di store itu mungkin. Nah, lu nge-scam box kalau bisa cari yang attack penetration ratio juga nggak apa-apa. Yang penting balance attack aja yang penting. Karena aku udah percaya banget kalau kayak si Yanagi itu. Aku juga kayak ngerasain Miyabi gua tuh pakai anomali mastery itu bagus ya. Tapi dengan kayak nomor 3 nomor 5 itu gua ganti dengan attack. Gua udah ngerasain dan juga perbedaan damage gitu drastis. Yang jadi 140 gitu. Itu drastis banget itu. Nah, kalau kayak Vivian juga lebih kurang kayak gitu. Kalau kayak takutnya belumnya damage-nya kurang takutnya. Aku takutnya gitu, Q. Kalau misalnya belum kamu kurang, itu emang gara-gara anomali proficiency-mu yang kurang. Soalnya semua efeknya itu tergantung dari attack kan. Attack, level, sama poin anomali proficiency-mu berapa. Itu menjadi PR juga itu. Sama halnya kayak Genshin lah. Genshin kan harus ketergantungan level biar bisa ngangkat musuh. Harus ketergantungan level biar bisa damage-nya naik. Di aggravate sama super conduct sama taser swir sama spread juga itu. Tapi kalau misalnya anomali elemental masternya kecil, damage juga kecil. Tapi kalau tergantung dari kitnya ini. Nah, tapi kalau kayak gini kita nggak perlu critical rate harusnya. Ganti nih. Anomali proficiency-nya ganti. Ya itu kalau gue. Jadiin referensi aja. Oke, kita lanjut lagi.
But I didn't see much point in speculating, so the best thing I could think of was to hand it over to the authorities. I trekked all the way over to the Palais Mermonia just to hand it in. Ugh, it was exhausting.
What did the authorities make of it?
Oh, they made a mountain out of a molehill,
Ya,
as usual.
Sesuaikan aja.
Before even addressing the question of what was actually inside the box, they had several heated discussions about whose responsibility it was to write the lost and found notice.
Yang aku suka sama Zone Zero tuh apa ya? Yang gue mikir sampai sekarang ya, yang nggak sadar aja. Itu tuh kalau di nomor 5 tuh bagaikan goblet kalau di Genshin. Itu tuh bisa kita ganti ke attack atau HP gitu, menyesuaikan potensi aja. Jadinya kalau misalnya attack, masalahnya tuh ice dengan elemental damage bonus, atribut elemental damage itu katanya sama aja, dan beneran sama karena electric damage-nya itu kan 24% kan. Nah, attack itu 30%. Itu sangatlah kayak balance banget gitu. Nggak kayak kalau di Genshin itu 46%, nah satunya itu juga 46 ya. Tapi persentasenya beda. Jauh banget gitu. Makanya dasarnya itu elemental master itu lebih prefer sih. Nah, kalau ini 30 dengan 24 memang beda, tapi apa ya, kayak timpang tindihnya kerasa banget kalau di Genshin Zero tuh. Makanya itu kalau misalnya kamu berada di nomor 5 itu adalah attack atau penetration ratio gitu, itu udah ngebalance DPS kamu gitu. Dan aku udah ngerasain hal itu. Kayak contohnya Harumasa gue pakein apa sih, shadow itu misalnya nih, kalau seandainya gue pengen buildnya NB gitu, ya gue cuma tinggal taruh aja nih. Atau misalnya gue pengen build Billy, ada yang rekomend Billy pakai Shadow Harmony guys. Gue nggak tahu kenapa, ada yang bilang, dan katanya work, dan beneran work man. Karena kan ngedes gitu kan. Nah gitu loh. beneran ngangkat loh Billy pakai itu. Kayak wah gila kata gue. Gini ya rasanya kalau dapet potensi mantap.
Thankfully, the ever-reliable Officer Sedin stepped up and immediately called in the Marashose Phantom to crack the lock and check if there were any dangerous items inside.
Nah, walaupun begitu ya, kalau di Genshin sekarang sudah ada karakter Natlan gitu, yang sudah didominasikan sebagai karakter yang harus banget dipakai di karakter-karakter kita, di tim kita gitu, untuk bisa ningkatin gaming potensial, yang mana tidak terjadi diminishing return yang sangat drastis. Maka dari itu gue suka banget sama Genshin Zero tuh. Oh ya, aku lupa tadi, Genshin itu mungkin sudah ngepresentasikan mirip Genshin Zero, tapi tetap aja masih rasis ya guys ya. Artefaknya harus pakai karakter Natlan ya. Jadi aku nggak akan menghadapkan hal kayak kubletmu ganti ke attack atau HP atau dev gitu, nggak akan men. Nggak akan bisa, soalnya nggak semua tim kita itu harus pakai karakter Natlan gitu. Ya, nggak kayak Genshin Zero gitu. Oh, halo Miu, Mi. Baru dibilang ada hiu, beneran hiu bro. Halo aku, nggak ada apa-apa aku. Dasar aja gue.
As it turned out, there was
Ya karena aku tahu gimana. Udah kayak gue pindahin. Ya begitulah. Aku aja jarang pakai Hutau sekarang. Sejak ada Arlecchino rilis. Well, sebenarnya bukan Arlecchino yang rilis, justru malah setelah New Village rilis aja. Setelah New Village rilis tuh
Wow,
udah kelihatan
that's a
banget
dangerous item, alright.
ngantuknya tuh gimana.
Mind if I ask what kind of gun it was?
Well, kecuali lu pengen kejer spot, man.
Oh
Ngapain
yeah,
gitu?
Mr. Kanich, you're from Natlan, aren't you? Do you know a lot about guns?
Enggak, mungkin Iva tahu kayaknya tentang guns.
You could say it comes with the job. I have an interest in weaponry and the like.
Such a spoiled brat. What, are the toys I gave you not good enough for you anymore?
Yep. got
Aku
sick of those
juga
long
ngerasain
ago.
kayaknya Genshin tuh power creepnya berlebihan. Tapi aku rasa kayak gini tuh Genshin nggak peduli lagi kayaknya. Karena gini, sejak Natlan rilis tuh Genshin nggak peduli lagi dengan spiral habis. Kayak balancing spiral habis, kalau karena power creep ya bodo amat mereka. Nah kayak dulu sebelum Genshin rilis tuh, sekikir-kikirnya ya, aku akan mengatakan hal yang jauh lebih relevan untuk kalian. Sekikir-kikirnya Genshin, kalau misalnya konten udah clear semua, sebenarnya aman aja guys. Tapi kalau udah kayak bansos ngalir, pasti ada drawbacknya guys. Dan itu udah sadar ketika Genshin udah apa? Bukan sih, kayak Honkai Star Rail lah aku ngomong katakan. Apa sih namanya? Segacor-gacornya bansos. Tapi kalau misalnya kontennya susah dan gak bisa clear pakai bintang 4 4 star gitu, berarti memang ada kendala khusus kan di situ.
You
Nah,
little...
gitulah.
How dare you turn your nose up at my gifts?
Nah, aku tuh takutnya Genshin kayak gitu. Memang Genshin masih ada kok yang pakai bintang 4 gitu.
Time for a timeout, old timer.
Tapi ingat ya, semua device, semua apa ya kayak potensi gitu, kayak ada pakai mekanik kayak switch apa. Ketika kita pakai skill nunggu partikel duluan, tapi kita tuh lagi nge-pause, itu jatuhnya kayak nge-cheating jatuhnya. Memang itu bagus konsepnya, aku suka banget.
Sorry.
Tapi itu jatuhnya
but
cheating.
where were we? Oh yeah.
Kalau
Do you
menurut-
recall what the gun looked like?
It's a bit hard to describe.
kayak gimana, kayak
If you
nggak ada
ask me,
mekanik
it didn't even really
selain
look
itu
like a
apa
gun.
kata gue. Terus pas lagi switch itu bisa kita skip lagi, tetap aja waktunya berjalan walaupun udah di pause.
Give me a second. I'll knock out a quick sketch.
Aku aja nggak suka aja sama spiral sekarang yang lagi konten in game-nya lebih berat. Terus mereka nge-share gameplay yang dimana mereka tuh kayak bener-bener advantage mereka sendiri
Something
dengan
like
cara
this.
nge-pause gitu. Aku kayaknya skip lah itu bukanlah bagian dari diri gua. Yang sebenarnya tuh kalau tryhard itu kalau bisa real time daripada nge-pause kayak gitu. Mungkin menurut kalian kayak, oh kamu beda bang, kenapa kayak gitu? Mungkin orang-orang yang advantage dengan spiral habis ataupun pengen whaler gitu ya. Aku ngerasa kayaknya konten in game Genshin tuh udah mengarah ke advantage, apa sih, bukan advantage, maksudnya tuh kayak mengeksploitasi hal-hal yang gitu loh. Yang selalu besar beda ya, aku ya. Kamu adalah orang yang paling beruntung ya, aku ya. Jangan begitu ya, aku ya. Semangat bang, uji pamit. Ya Rindake, kamu belum pernah bersalaman, tapi kamu selalu pamit ya. Oke.
Whoa, it's so neat and precise.
Professional engineer.
It's nothing.
Dan juga setelah rilisnya Mafika itu membuat karakter jadul makin parah lagi. Ada yang bilang pakai diluk aja susah, dan bener susah pakai diluk. Bahkan start kayak apa ya, kayak 60 100 itu aja. Wah, susah.
Sorry. Is something wrong with my drawing?
Untuk kenapa tuh? Ya beruntung. Karena lu punya Mafika, Citlali, Bennett, siapa lagi? Silonannya signatur. Kan gue baru di Hoyo. Kamu merendah diri, tidak boleh begitu ya bang ya. Kamu udah full star sejak awal-awal Genshin ya.
I know it doesn't really look like a gun, but I assure you, this is exactly what it looked like. And it certainly could shoot as well, too.
Tapi
I confirmed that with the officer from the Marashose Phantom.
ya gua akuin sih, Genshin lagi ketinggalan zaman nih. Kayaknya mereka peduli banget dengan kayak peduli dengan story only, dan aku meyakinkan hal itu. Tapi sebisa mungkin bro, kalau bisa spiral habis jangan digedein gitu.
No, quite the opposite. The features are very accurate, and it is definitely from Natland.
Aku tuh kalau bisa jangan terlalu keras gitu loh, di balancing gitu loh, kayak di motor wave tuh kalau kayak gitu juga kalau bisa.
Please, don't mind me. I'm just taking a moment to admire it.
I should be the one thanking you. Thank you, and everyone else for your support.
Don't mention it. Besides,
Dan juga baru full start.
we haven't really done anything.
Masa?
Not at all. The buzz and excitement
Masa?
you guys bring is exactly what this event needs. Oh,
Ya, tapi
dear.
mungkin kalau kayak
I'm
gitu aku
starting to
percaya sih.
feel a bit guilty
Mungkin lu
watching
nggak tahu
everyone
kan
else
pas lagi
toil away.
gimana gitu.
Guess it's about time I got back to work too.
Mungkin sudah akhir 60 udah mikirin build.
But just before I go, one last thing. Traveler, it's wonderful to see you. Here's to a successful collaboration.
Mungkin find somewhere to catch up.
I'm sure you noticed that there was something unusual about that gun. Correct. It's most likely an old weapon dug up from some ancient dragon ruins. Based on my experience, it might be more accurate to refer to it as a hand cannon. But in Fontaine terms, it's not wrong to call it a gun. Given why I came here,
Handgun.
don't you think it's curious that an ancient
pistol
dragon
dong
relic of
namanya.
unknown origin would turn up like this? Out of the blue? I suspect this gun might have something to do with that smuggling case. It might have slipped through the cracks. Time is of the essence, so I'd like to head over to the Palais Mermonia to verify my suspicions. Perfect. Then we can head out right away. Or, if you want to catch up with your friends first, I can wait.
Oke. Wait, ini tuh kayak bagi-bagian ya?
The fresh vegetables from the new batch are
Gue mikirin biar
exceptional
ketika awal
quality.
minta joki spiral.
I just
Oh,
wish
gitu.
I could say the same about the new staff.
Gak enak aja gitu kalau ternyata. Kalau nggak tahu advantage-nya emang nggak enak bro. Tapi spiral kali itu kayak aneh aja gua.
Traveler, it's you! Ready to join the Cheval Moran Film Fantasyland crew?
Just kayaknya lanjut aja deh.
It's time, dear partner in Paimon, for us to turn our attention to the Cheval Moran Film Fantasyland. As I mentioned, the park was started up by enthusiasts who brought in the Spina di Rosula to handle the planning, construction, and operations. Of course, enthusiasts aren't typically all-around experts. They usually stick to designing the event booths. We, for our part, handle long-term operations and develop standardized strategy guides for the different activities.
Long-term operations? Strategy? It all sounds so complicated. We spend most of our time adventuring and we barely have any experience running a stall. Do you think we can handle this?
That's more like it. You've seen it all before, haven't you, partner? I'd even go as far as to say you've shaped some of Tevat's biggest business ventures. Anyway, first things first. Let's get an overview of how the whole festival's gonna be run.
Oke, ini dia. Ada 3 ya. Oh my god.
As you can see, our fantasy land's a bit like a sugar-free macaron right now. Several areas are still under construction. The Spina's only been able to hire a limited number of craftsmen. Besides, we don't have enough experience to handle multiple projects simultaneously. That's why I chose to adopt a time slot-based planning method, so we can focus on specific tasks during each designated period. Upgrading facilities, expanding the venue, hiring staff. All of this requires funds and time slots to accomplish. So, it's our job to allocate precious time slots in each business cycle to the most worthwhile tasks. As we attract more guests and earn money to add to our funds, we'll also be able to work more efficiently, which will allow us to divide each cycle into finer time slots, which will let us get more done.
So we'll be limited in the decisions we can make and tasks we can focus on within each time period. Which means we have to use our limited actions and mora to earn even more mora. Kinda like playing chess or cards then. Cooking up a strategy in advance is gonna be key. Paimon thinks she just about gets it. How do you feel about it, Traveler? Yep, Come on, we can do this! You mentioned standardized strategy guides just now. Does that mean there are non-standard ways to take part too?
Of course. Film and entertainment mean different things to different people. And there's gonna be a wide range of exciting activities for people to try out. If we're not careful, some visitors might wander off and end up getting in trouble. And others might pick up dangerous props by mistake. To avoid confusion, we need to create a standardized strategy guide for each activity. Just think of it like a walkthrough.
Wow, if we're the first ones to test out the activities, who knows what surprises there could be waiting for us? But if we hit a tough spot, we'll just have to rely on our skills to carry us through.
Hopefully it goes without saying that I'd never put you in danger, partner. I carefully checked all the existing activities before you arrived, and I can assure you that they're all perfectly safe. I also wanted you to experience the activities before anyone else gets to. It'll be fun. Plus, we'd like to hear your thoughts and suggestions.
Oh, those are two things Navia is best at! Making people feel safe and having fun!
Great! Well, I can't wait to hear what you think. Your input is super important to us. All right then. Let's start with eclectic escapades and put our first guide together.
Yeah. Buat kapal. Hah? Waduh, pakai karakter fonten ini, bro. Oh, gitu. Wah, kenceng banget gila. Wah. Ini lebih adrenalin dari sebelumnya. Tidak biasanya. Standard strategy formulated. Oke lah, sejak ada speeding kayak gitu nggak jadi bosan ini.
Both of you seem even more excited than before. Looks like your first trial run didn't disappoint.
Paimon hasn't actually watched that many films, but after trying it out, she might just be hooked! We should check out the film that it's based on!
Great job, Paimon. That's exactly what our enthusiast friends were hoping you'd say. They'd be beyond delighted to hear that visitors are curious about the films that inspired these attractions. Some have even been willing to contribute extra funds out of their own pockets. Where budgets have allowed, of course.
Out of their own pockets?
That's right. While the Spina di Rosula covers the cost of basic booth materials and rental fees, many fans have personally funded promotional materials and related merchandise. The cost of the booth itself isn't their main expense. Some of them have already started designing spin-off products inspired by film characters. Take our official mascot, Sir Intendant Chevalmoran, for instance. She won second place in the last most popular character poll for the comic film category. and was even dubbed the pinnacle of round, bouncy cuteness. Many people have expressed interest in designing cushions based on her image, using the highest quality fabrics and hiring the most skilled artisans to mass produce them. These cushions will officially go on sale at the next convention alongside lots of similar products. Sounds irresistible, right? Plus, as Surintendant Chevalmoran's guardian and official image rights agent, Farina will receive 60% of the sales revenue. After all, the fans are doing this voluntarily, not for profit, but to promote Surintendant Chevalmoran's adorable image. The more Mora ends up in Farina's purse, the better Surintendant Chevalmoran's meals will be. And who wouldn't be happy to hear that?
Oh, Paimon likes the sound of that. Everyone working hard for something they all love without worrying about profit.
Still, we can't just ignore Mora completely. Whether it's fan creations or official commercial projects, some level of financial balance is still necessary. The same logic applies to the Chevalmoran film Fantasyland taken as a whole. Once we finish the standardized strategy guides, our attractions can officially be open to the public. But we can't take personal charge of the ticketing process. There's plenty of work to do at the various booths, and the park itself is a work in progress. We'll need to assign dedicated employees to maintain and manage each attraction. There's a recruitment section on the park's bulletin board. We've received many applications, and each candidate has their strengths. Our job is to match the best candidates to each attraction based on their overall performance. Once assigned, the staff will keep the attractions running, ensuring a continuous revenue stream.
Wait, so we've suddenly gone from being playtesters to heads of human resources? That's definitely a first for us. Just don't hold everyone up to your own standards, okay? You can't expect everyone else to be as capable as you. All right, time to review some resumes. Fingers crossed we'll get some exceptional candidates.
Oh, kayaknya gue skip dulu. Fokusin sini. Berapa ya? Bercabang-cabang. Oh. Areanya mirip-mirip kayak di Mondstadt berarti. Dulu tuh di sini dulu tuh. Bang pengen sih signature, kalau nggak punya fokus. Tenang bro, kamu punya Shenhe, kamu punya signature Ayaka, kamu punya Fuina. Kayaknya baik-baik aja deh Kiki. Aku rasa. Ada Iva dengan Ololon.
Oh man.
Please, Ololon ada suara. Waduh, tidak ada suara Kiki.
Are you mimicking me? Now's not the time. Come on.
Kok nggak ada?
No,
ada
I
suara.
mean, one of our buddies is here, for real. Quite a few of them, actually.
Ada orang suara. Masa nggak ada suara? Halo Kim, selamat datang lagi ya.
Aurora and Eva, what brings you to Fontaine?
Huh? How come you're... I'm guessing Kanich is here because of that international smuggling case, right? I've heard quite a bit about that.
Word sure gets around quickly, huh?
First time abroad and you're already making headlines.
Oh, stop it. It's not like I was the center of attention.
Besok. Kenapa besok? Oh, besok ujian ya. Semangat Akim. Ujian jangan sampai terlendor ya, Pak. Stay safe, bro.
Wasn't expecting to see the Traveler and Paimon here too, though.
Come on, Aoife.
Huh?
A traveler, by definition, is someone who travels around.
Fair point.
Gak boleh traveler, bukan traveling.
Anyway, back on topic. Wait a second. I lost my train of thought. what were we talking about again?
Ini kayaknya kalau ada Saino bahaya ini bro.
Why you're all here, of course.
For
For
vegetables.
Kakuku.
Hah?
I'll go first. It's for the Chevrolamine Film Fantasyland. Wait, is that right?
It's Cheval Moran.
Ini kalau ada Citlali kayaknya lebih parah lagi nih.
Ah, right. I keep stumbling over that one. Guess I owe Cheval Moran an apology, even if she's not here. Anyway, long story short, the festival restaurant urgently needed fresh vegetables from Natlan, which is why Aoife and I are here.
So, you guys are vegetable couriers?
He is. I'm just here as a responsible adult. It's his first time traveling so far away from home, and all the elders in his tribe were worried. So they had me come along.
Even though it's your first time too.
Right. But they still picked me to accompany you. You gotta wonder why that might be.
Don't you get it? They all just saw how overworked you were, so they used it as an excuse to send you off on a vacation.
Wait, what? So I'm getting the grandson treatment now too? See? Doesn't matter how much older you are than this dude. Hang out with him long enough, and you'll eventually find yourself being treated like a kid.
Meaning everyone looks after you. What's so bad about that?
In theory, nothing at all. In that case, guess I better start over. Hi guys, my name's Aoife, and I just turned 5.
Oh ya lang sih. No, kenapa Kiki? Lo chat up tadi?
Paimon's not sure who the responsible adult is anymore. So, what about Kakuku?
Tahu ya gua juga nggak tahu.
If he was here, we
Tapi
could make
kayaknya
more of a ruckus than
YouTube-nya
we
lagi
already are.
bahaya deh.
That's exactly what's got me worried.
Aoife, there's nothing to worry about. You're a big boy. You can handle yourself now even without Kakuku.
You think that's what I'm worried about? Anyway, my priority right now is Kakuku. Suffice it to say, Kakuku's in big doo-doo.
How so? He's so small, and all he knows are a few harmless phrases. What kind of trouble could he even get himself into?
Let me guess. Did he get caught out by the law on flying objects?
Flying object.
Bro, you too?
Pengen es kopi biar party leluasa. Tapi di sisi lain skip dan. Yang kata kamu, Bang pengen skill plus signatur tapi kalau nggak punya es kopi sama aja bohong. Nah itu. Kalau kamu jujur aja ya, es kopi itu emang available. Tapi kalau kamu punya signatur kayaknya perasaan nggak deh. Nah, kenapa aku ngerasain gitu? I don't know. Aku ngerasain gitu.
Not me. How?
Oh, that pesky little chatterbox. So that's why he hasn't interrupted us this whole time. Guess he's too scared to show his face.
That, plus he's already spouted enough nonsense for one day. So I've put him on mute until tomorrow.
Nice one. If I was even half as decisive as you are, I would have kept a closer hold on Kakuku so he didn't get a chance to go flying off.
Yes, that's what flying objects do.
Oh no, bro. Or rather, did Kakuku get caught by the guards for flying around?
Nih, flying juga nih guys. Flying emergency.
If they had managed that, we'd at least be able to track him down. But when the guards started chasing him, Kakuku flew into that building next door.
Ah?
I wouldn't be surprised if there was a high-stakes pursuit going down in there as we speak. Just like one of those cool crime movies.
Which building?
Aku ngerasanya kayaknya Skopir makin mantep. Apa? Skik tuh bakal mantep. Tapi dia nggak so OP Mafuika dia.
That one?
Yup, that's the one. Kakuku sure has a good eye for a getaway. It's the tallest building around. I may be able to fly up pretty high, but checking every last window would still take quite a while.
Jangan Ororon, jangan. Ingat Ororon, ini Fontaine, bukan Natlan. Bahaya lu. Jangan.
As for Aoife, well, let's just say he's not flying anywhere without a Saurian.
Bingung
Sorry
sih.
about that.
Atau ya aku kayaknya pernah nyoba akun kamu juga, oke. Tapi aku ngerasain kayaknya kalau kamu punya signatur Ayaka gitu ya, dan lu punya Sen aja kayaknya udah cukup, lebih dari cukup deh kata gue. Aku ngerasain
Not
gitu
like it's
deh.
my fault, though. You don't have to apologize on my behalf.
Wait a sec. What's this got to do with how high you can fly? Kakuku's got himself into a real mess here, like a panicked animal running straight into a trap. It's pretty worrying. I'm starting to picture him flapping through a barrage of gunfire while important documents are flying about left, right, and center.
Heck yeah! If anyone can pull it off, it's Kakuku. He's always been such an awesome Saurus. I believe in him.
Dan juga katanya ada in-game konten baru. Dan itulah yang menarik. Gimana in-game kontennya? Kita akan cek nanti. Spill dikit. Awesome Saurus. Kok Awesome Saurus?
For real now? Do you even hear yourself, bro?
Of course I'm for real. I'd never make light of something like that.
Berarti satunya siapa selain Kakuku?
Alright, everyone's an awesome Saurus. Well, the human version. But our priority right now should be to go in there and check up on Kakuku.
Leave it to us.
You sure? Wow, awesome. That'll be a huge help.
And if Kakuku doesn't listen to you, I give you permission to pull out a couple of his feathers.
Wait, since when was that up to you?
Di bangga lain karena Ayaka sama Shinra itu secara party program. Pengen ngubah party barangnya Spoppy plus Purina. Masalahnya satu ini. Si siapa tadi? Tentang sepremium apapun ya. Yang jelas kalau punya Skafir dengan skill itu dapat tim baru, tentu saja. Cuma masalahnya akun kamu tuh sudah investmentnya udah mantep banget. Jadi enaknya tuh lu cuma tinggal taruh doang. Kecuali artefaknya doang. Aku ngerasain kayaknya kalau untuk power di mata F2P kayak gua ini, gua ngerasain kayaknya kamu nggak butuh banget gitu. Tapi inflasi HP makin parah ya. Kalau bisa jangan ada Kazuha, kalau bisa kayak harus ada full hydro kayak Skafir gitu. Skafir dengan Furina. Skafir, Furina, skill satunya lagi itu bebas. Mungkin Kokomi kayaknya. Enggak, jangan Kokomi sih. Hydrophil. Oh, makanya mungkin Dahlia itu solusinya ya. Permanen banget itu.
Well, then it's your call, bro.
Gua nggak akan nyangkal nanti gimana si Skir. Dia pasti akan kok. Yang jelas aku akan mengatakan satu hal. Dia pasti bisa nge-power creep karakter Sword kayak Ayaka. Tapi dia tidak bisa nge-power creep si Mafrika. Aku jamin pasti. Dia fokus kayaknya bukan melt dia itu.
Alright then, if Kakuku doesn't listen to you, I also give you permission to pull out a couple of his feathers.
There you go. If he objects to that, tell him to come find us.
He won't. Trust me.
Back when we first met Kakuku in the wild and I begged you to take him under your wing, I never imagined you'd end up
Tapi
spoiling him
semangat
rotten.
ya Kiki ya untuk mempertimbangkan hal
And
itu.
I never imagined you'd be nagging me about it.
Oh, well, I definitely saw that coming.
Huh?
You're only 5 years old after all.
Buset. Jangan bilang omongin umur-umur ya. Tak boleh. Apa dayaku yang cuma model primo 36.000 ini. Ini gua nanti mau gacha Kokomi udah ludes ini. Sudah ini gua kayaknya oke, aku ngerasain kayaknya bodo amat lah gua. Itu. Udah mulai di titik ini gua bener-bener bodo amat apa yang gua ngelakuin. Mau gacha skill silakan. Yang jelas kalau ada Citlali Riran aku akan gacha pokoknya. Kokomi Riran, Citlali Riran udah aman. Gak perlu lagi aku yang lain. Nah, kalau misalnya gua dapet di Chronicle Banner gua dapet si Chiori, alhamdulillah. That's good thing. Jangan ada dapat Yoimiya dengan Ito, tolonglah janganlah. Dan satu lagi siapa tadi? Udah nggak ada lagi kayaknya. Jangan juga Ayaka C3, mampus. Masa juga aku nggak ada tabungan. 5.000. Ayo lo, mikir lah kalian. Nah, aku aja dari kemarin bingung juga itu. Aku bener-bener kayak ngekalkulasin itu karakter beneran akan broken. OP malah. Nggak OP itu. Broken tuh nggak se-broken Mafrika. Itu yang kamu harus ketahui. Jadi kalau misalnya takutnya skill itu benar-benar akan berpotensi kena power creep juga itu. Tapi ya kita kayaknya
Nothing new
kalian
there.
juga gini.
The first few days of every month are always noisy.
Cornelia,
Nothing new there. The first few days of every month are always noisy.
thank you for your kindness.
What's all that commotion? Are they arguing in there?
Rame juga sih. Excuse me. Oh, ada Tesli. Nggak ada suara. Masa nggak ada suara di sini?
Did he say he came from
Oh,
Natland?
ada suara ada Tesli. Finally. Yes. Aduh.
No.
Get out of here!
I can understand his words, just not what they mean.
Itu 3115. Review bang. Kayaknya orang lain kayaknya beda deh. Boleh. Tuh Ben, kok banyak yang review jajet ya? Apa jangan-jangan orang yang sama? Oke. Boleh aku review. Iya, di baru semua. Oke, kita tunda ya. Ada yang mau review. Ini review apa ini? Ini review update. Ini F2P semua nih. Kita review Miyabi aja. Ada yang bilang Miyabi ya. Oke, kita akan review si Miyabi aja. Miyabi dengan Bernice. Oke, Miyabi signatur ya. Tidak ada yang menarik ya. Karena signatur ya. Ini kredem. Otek. Menarik ini. Semua tag tapi ini critical rate. Oke lah, not bad lah. Ini bisa dibilang build aman ini. Not bad ya. Oke. Kalaupun ada yang dirubah mungkin kalau ada crit rate yang jelek ya. Contohnya ini kayaknya 2 kali doang ini. Tapi kayaknya nomor 6 ini kayaknya susah ini. Gak usah kalau gitu. Ini harusnya juga ganti ini. Juga kalau bisa ganti ketika ini 1, ini 2, 1. Ini nggak ada kayaknya nih. 1. Iya. Ini 2 ya, setauku. Wah, ini critical rate. Oh ini dua. Oh ini satu atau ini dua, gue lupa guys. Oh enggak, ini kayaknya aman. Oh enggak, ini naik ini ya, aku nggak tahu deh poinnya yang mana ya naik ini. Ya overall kayak untuk kayak non signature oke lah nih. Signature ya. Prospernya ngangkat. Apa yang pengen review? Udah mantap. Satu burnish kayaknya. Oh signature burnish ya. Signature burnish nothing wrong ya. Kalau bisa di crownin juga nih. Di hamster catch passin ini. Semuanya ya kalau bisa. Tembatin lah. Bagus ya. Tidak ada yang loss, aman bro. Sorry.
Oh no.
Will now.
He keeps repeating the same things over and over again. Oh, you know one another.
He's a friend, yeah. A Saurian friend, let's say.
Great. Well, that was easy. Looks like we've tracked down the owner. Guess that's one less lost and found notice for you to write, Monsieur Neuvillette.
For real?
Traveler, was there something important you wanted to discuss with the Udex? I'm just about done with my business here. Need me to step out? Stay and hear them out first. Perhaps it will have some bearing on your own work. If I'm not mistaken, you are the same Mr. Kanich who served as a witness in the smuggling trial? I take it there's been a further development in the case.
That's right. Very perceptive, Mr. Udex.
So you've met Neuvillette before? But wasn't the trial overseen by another judge?
I've seen his photo in the papers.
Huh?
But as for this other gentleman...
Allow me to introduce you to Mr. Wriothesley, administrator of the Fortress of Meripede. Or in layman's terms, Fontaine's prison warden.
Prison warden.
Please, feel free to share anything about the case. There's no need to keep anything from him. Pleasure to meet you.
Pleasure to meet you.
Wow, that sounded just like me. But should we really discuss official business in front of the Saurian?
Oh wow, oh no.
I believe he said, or rather, I suppose he meant, that he'll keep this to himself. Though I should mention, Mr. Kukuku, that we will have to ask you to sign a confidentiality agreement.
Sure thing, bro.
Oh, some sorry.
Let us return to the matter at hand.
Kenapa gua pilih gitu?
Mr. Kanich, was there something else you wanted to discuss relating to the case?
Yes. Let me fill you in.
Di pinball funding dekat. Harusnya dia tahu.
Wow. It really is exactly like Lapine Pauline's sketch. That must be all that practice drawing engineering blueprints, huh?
Ternyata bukan sembarang ya.
So if it's true that this weapon came into Fontaine alongside the contraband from the smuggling case, then there's a high chance we overlooked a suspect.
That's exactly my line of thought.
I see. Mr. Kanich, thank you for reporting this promptly. I'll arrange for the Marechaussee Phantom to investigate right away.
Wen, Poisha. Siapa?
We should begin by questioning the prisoners in custody. Wriothesley. I'll sign off on the interrogation request. Don't you worry. That would be much appreciated. It's lucky that the Palais Mermonia wasn't scheduled to release any public bulletins today, and that this guns lost and found notice hasn't been written up yet. In other words, the news hasn't leaked.
I'll be staying in Fontaine for the time being. If there's any progress in the investigation or you need my help, feel free to reach out anytime.
Yep, we were just about to go help out with Lapine Pauline's convention. If there's any news, we'll keep you all posted.
Marvelous. Thank you all. Well then, all that's left is to...
This guy.
You miss me, bro?
He really does come out with the most unexpected things.
Sebenarnya kita harus simpan dia, bro.
Who did he learn it all from?
Top pros from Netherlands.
Huh. Well, it's pretty extraordinary. Anyway, according to due process, we must first determine whether Mr. Kokuku qualifies as a flying object. And, following on from our conversation just now, he also needs to sign a confidentiality agreement. Drafting said agreement may take some time. Looks like you'll be staying with us for a while then, Kokuku. Excited? That would save us a lot of trouble. Many thanks.
All right then, we better get going. No need to see us off.
Menarik perhatian banget.
I know you mentioned a while back that people from Nadland would soon start showing up all over the world. But I hadn't expected anything like this. It seems no matter where they come from, all dragons are inquisitive by nature.
You can say that again, bro!
The same might well be said for humankind. The real reason you chose to stay to investigate this case was your curiosity about Natlan and Mr. Kokuku, was it not? Guilty as charged. Nothing gets past you. So, how about we take this opportunity to chat a little more? We've got the world's best translator on hand, after all.
Sure thing, bro!
This. Gimana itu? Bro, aku punya kabar baik, bro.
What's the situation? How bad is it? Oh no. When I saw that Kokuku wasn't with you, I'd already prepared myself for the worst.
Relax, Aoife. Maybe Kokuku just prefers high-rise living now. Sometimes you just have to let the kids grow up and make their own choices in life.
For real now? Do you even hear yourself, bro?
It's not that bad. Kokuku's fine. Still very much alive and kicking for starters.
He hasn't been arrested either, so no jail time.
See?
You're not exactly reassuring me here.
As for the bad news, well, it's really not that bad.
Ditahan sedikit.
Kokuku accidentally overheard some top secret stuff, so he has to stay at the Palais Marmonia for a while to sign a confidentiality agreement. But there's no need to worry. The person in charge of looking after Kokuku is super nice, so he'll be absolutely fine.
Except a little longer.
All right. That doesn't sound too bad after all. Wow, hearing that's put my mind to rest.
But based on my understanding of how things work here, the ban on flying objects should be over by the time Kokuku actually gets out.
What a shame. Oh well, I guess we'll just have to go have some fun without him.
You don't look disappointed in the slightest.
Anyway, Auroron and I will be staying in guest rooms upstairs at the Hotel de Boer for the time being. Feel free to drop by if you need us.
Yay, problem solved! Alright, let's catch up another day.
Let's go. Oh, udah kan. Alhamdulillah. Oke kita. Allah Akbar. Kenapa gue pilek nih? Kita lanjut lagi kayaknya. Go hire employees.
When reviewing resumes, pay attention to each applicant's area of expertise.
Staff center. Recruited. Oh, recruit.
Looks like this particular employee is really getting into their role.
You're both doing great. You sound more like bosses than I do. In any case, with this, the Cheval Moran Film Fantasyland is now officially open. Running a theme park is a long-term project. You won't make much if you try and rush it. We're just about done with our current work setup, so let's take a short break and wait for this cycle's revenue report to come in.
Ada Kinich. Bentar, aku mau cek sini.
It's all your fault! All your fault! Your fault, your fault, your fault!
Stop yelling and get to the point.
If you hadn't kept me locked away, I could have asked that judge to step in for me! He'd have backed me up for sure, and then we'd have kicked your sorry little butt!
For real now? Did you even hear yourself? You'd better focus on outsmarting Kakuku first.
Something is not well right now. This is fine.
Well, this cycle of operation sure got us off to a good start. On to the next one.
Oke. Rerun ternyata ya. Siapa yang datang?
Well, the numbers might not look that impressive, but given that we're just getting the ball rolling, I'd say that wasn't a bad start. Building on this momentum, we must consider rolling out more unique business strategies during the next cycle. To draw in the crowds, I've invited one of Fontaine's very own celebrity chefs, my good friend Escoffier. She'll be performing right here in the amusement park's restaurant. On that note, let's go catch up with her.
So, is the restaurant part of our business strategy too? There are so many layers to this operation.
Scavier.
The restaurant is up to standard, and the waterside location will make for a unique dining experience. The beautiful scenic reflections in the water create a stunning backdrop, lifting diners' spirits and allowing them to truly savor their meals. Ingredients, check. Cooking utensils, check. Looks like we're ready to rumble.
Hey there, Escoffier!
Oh, my employers are here. The president of the Spina di Rasula, plus the famous traveler and Paimon. I must say, you seem a bit overqualified to be running a film-themed amusement park.
I'd say that if anyone here was overqualified, it would be the former head chef of the Hotel de Boer. Wherever you walk, the aroma of fine cuisine follows in your wake.
Let's get back to business. I'm guessing you want the traveler to help me decide the theme dish for each cycle, right?
This is the business strategy I mentioned earlier. Using Escoffier's top-tier dishes to attract more visitors to the park. But this isn't just about attracting visitors. Her culinary masterpieces will surely have other surprising effects. Just imagine, Paimon, if all you needed was a single ticket to enjoy all the attractions and taste all the legendary food. Wouldn't you be tempted?
Then Paimon come every single day!
Now, here's the twist. To get the most out of this strategy, the menu can't be made public. Based on research by a certain food branding consultant, many restaurants have started offering a special chef surprise dish. So give me some inspiration every few business cycles, and I'll decide on our next theme dish. Now then, give me your hand. A warm and energetic feel. Your hands are calloused from wielding your sword, but still quite delicate. When you grasp its hilt, it's like you're holding the bow of a violin. A sword, then. The theme this time shall be strength. Alright, let's find out what strength looks like in gastronomical form.
Spread description list style.
I've refined the sauce for these barbecue ribs. It's a richer flavor than the classic version, but not at all greasy. The mint extract in the seasoning leaves a refreshing aftertaste. Perfect for indulging yourself after a fun-filled day. But if you ask me, I'd say the artisans need these more than the guests.
The artisans?
As I'm sure you've noticed, this park isn't quite finished. A serving of these barbecue ribs should help the artisans replenish their strength much more quickly. As their bosses, you have an obligation to provide meals for them. So why not invite them to dine here? Who knows? The morale boost might even improve their productivity.
Oh? If I recall correctly, you once served up some special fish and chips for the porters over at the Fleuve Centre. For several days after, the workers were all incredibly efficient. They'd finish 8 hours of work in just 5. And then, because they clocked out early, they'd come back completely refreshed the next day.
Then there's no time to lose. Go invite the artisans over while these ribs are still hot. I'll prepare some side dishes and desserts too.
That's a great idea! You really live up to your reputation, Escoffier. Looks like these themed dishes are gonna make a huge difference after all. We'll have to make sure we check in with you regularly. The artisans are pumped and ready to roll thanks to that themed dish.
And perfect timing, too. Let's take this chance to take the facilities of our eclectic escapades to the next level.
Oh, orang duit ya. Oh, ada diskon.
We should be able to attract more customers by upgrading the stall, don't you think?
That's right. Based on my business experience with the Spina di Rosula, I've quantified the service value to help you intuitively understand how satisfied customers are with each stall. An attraction will reach its ideal revenue only when its service value meets customer expectations. As we improve and expand our facilities, expectations will also increase accordingly. When that happens, we can deploy more capable employees or invest funds in training to enhance our employees' skills.
Oh, training.
Whew, that should be everything. Looks like you've pretty much mastered how to run this park.
Huh? Have we really? Thinking about it, we have learned quite a lot, haven't we?
Oh, not at all. I wouldn't say I taught you much. Your intuition's been guiding the way mostly. I imagine long-term operations sounded like a scary prospect the first time I mentioned it, huh? But don't let that scare you. Just break things down into smaller steps and tackle them one at a time. Even if you're not a genius or naturally gifted, you'll get it done in the end.
Whoa, seeing her own progress has really got Paimon fired up! Actually, she's gonna jot your words of encouragement right down. From here on out, we'll be running the Cheval Moran Film Fantasyland together. Let's make it a big success!
Nah, banyak sekali. PC stage, bustling stage. Diajarin trading, ya betul sekali. Diajarin trading nggak tuh? Lalu grafik. Tidak bang, tidak bang. Beda bang. Atraksi movie nggak? Formule. Nih harus challenge lagi, Bu. Anjing toho mode gak tuh? Salah klik. Nah, tekan G gua. Turun invest keuangan kita kita coba beratur. Ya bang, ya. Jatuh lagi. Aduh. Coba nggak bisa. Lewat air malah mati dong. Ngulang malah. Itu saja. Tak bisa ya guys ya. Udah habis, Bu. Oh, joki. Standar strategi formula. Domainnya bagus, aku lihat loh. Itu ya begitulah guys. Di rekrut lagi. Yum kop sekarang poin masing-masing ya. Nggak bisa itu ya, makanya Yoper sudah tahu kayak gitu. Alhamdulillah. Sebentar. Oh, langsung auto. Oke. Not bad. Ya, kayak gini nih udah terbiasa lah gua. Rekrut terus main gitu. Melo Manor. Oh ini. Nanti lah gua. Oh ini kayak minimap gitu ya. Ini masterpiece. Oh itu cuma kayak plus wae. V masterpiece. Play game. Oh, nggak bisa lihat ya. Memasak. Sampai 10 par banyak. Oke lah, nggak akan komplain gua. Ya harus nunggu aja. Tanya nunggu 2 hari ya. Oh besok jam 8. Mau fokus story dulu kayaknya.
It's been a few days. Ban on flying objects should be over by now. Let's head over to the Palais Mermonia to see how Kukuku's doing.
Balikan tunggu bersamaan. Sayang sekali ya Kim ya. Tidak bisa. Makanya lu harus giat. Jangan AFK mulu buat. First tahu kalau orang yang di GB itu tidak diperbolehkan. Oke, saatnya. Apakah kakuku sehat, guys?
Hey everyone, we're here! Oh hey, my little dudes! Good morning!
Morning, little dude. Little dude, God.
Kukuku's learned a new greeting! Is that good news or bad news, though?
Sorry, I did everything within my power. But so far, I've only managed to teach him how to say good morning.
Wait, so that's all you've been up to this whole time? Get out of here! Huh? Okay, so good mornings aside, please tell Paimon there's been some other progress too.
Tapi waktu itu gak taat ya, karena ngapain diberitahu?
Of course. That's why I'm here.
Nggak usah diberitahu ya kayak gini.
Kukuku's not the only one that Mr. Ridesley's been getting to talk. I'm referring, of course, to the convicts.
It was nothing. These guys weren't exactly tough nuts to crack.
So, what's the deal?
Siapa emang?
After racking their brains, they remembered speaking to an inconspicuous middle-aged man just as they were preparing to pack up and leave Natlan. He was dressed in the manner of the Children of Echoes and carrying a box. Plus, the description matches the one the gun was found in. All in all, he didn't look any different from your average Natlanese traveler. Perhaps seeing that they were dressed as merchants, this man stopped for a chat, inquiring where their goods were headed, and even asking if they could share a boat. The smugglers were very cautious, though. They didn't tell him any specifics. But all this happened before I crossed paths with them. I happened to notice them as they were preparing to set sail. I thought they looked shady, so I snuck aboard, and ended up being carried along all the way to Fontaine.
Itu memudahkanku. Ya memudahkan untukmu. Tapi ngeberatin untuk orang yang melakukan itu. Kenapa ini ada muka how? Hey, kenapa ini? Apakah ini imajinasi Kinich?
Boss, do we know if those Fontanians will even like this stuff? What if we can't shift it?
And that's why we call you a rookie. It's all supply and demand, kid. Supply and demand. Natlan's foreign trade is just starting to lift off. There'll be a market for it, you'll see.
That's right. So stop giving the boss trouble, rookie. Just do your job and keep an eye on the goods.
Are they merchants? Have they come to Fontaine to do business? Scarred face. Calloused hands. On closer inspection, the fabric looks worn at the knees and elbows, and his fingernails are dirty. Not exactly your typical merchant. Could he have previously been a warrior? Or even an adventurer? Something feels off. I'd better sneak up and get a closer look.
Ooh.
Nice thinking, boss. This tourist tub's been fast going and smooth sailing. Plus, no one's been asking us what we're up to.
Aku klik.
That goes without saying. Big cargo ship would have been too slow, whereas the smaller ones would have been faster but way too bumpy. If we ended up damaging the goods by accident, all these months spent grafting away would have gone up in smoke.
Seriously? But there's hardly anything here. Would it really have taken them months to prepare? And why would they need to transport it with such care? Could they be secretly smuggling precious items out of Natlan? I'll need to find a way to get to the bottom of this.
Oh.
Let's go hear what these criminals have to say for themselves. Sure enough, there are relics inside the box. It's illegal to smuggle such items outside Natlan.
Hey, why the long face? You're abroad on business, and you get to do some sightseeing while you're at it. Sounds like a pretty sweet deal to me. You better cheer up if you know what's good for you.
I guess you're right. I was just worried I might have messed up with the packing, or that something's gonna go wrong along the way.
Oh, pull yourself together. Tons of foreign tourists come traveling to Fontaine. I bet their luggage is full of all kinds of weird stuff. If someone insists on checking it all, just show them the purchase order we had drawn up. Those Fontainians can't get enough of their legalese, so I've heard. They can look all they want.
Aha. So their aim is to smuggle in contraband after all. Looks like I've gathered enough intel about the smugglers and their contraband. Time to inform port security.
Bang lagi sus banget. Suspicious.
So anyway, that was when I went and told the Fontainian guards about my suspicions. After an investigation and a chase, they finally apprehended them and sent them on their way.
Well, guess they're headed exactly where they should be.
Thanks.
Based on your recollections just now.
I was completely focused on those smugglers at the time, so I wasn't really paying attention to other passersby.
Yeah, Kanish, you did great!
In other words, the person who brought the gun here, the one who lost it, has no connection to the smugglers whatsoever. They were working entirely on their own.
Oh dear, oh dear!
Sounds like Mr. Kakuku wants to chime in? He said this elusive individual's actions are positively mystifying.
It's a good observation. I quite agree. However, we still know next to nothing about the person. Perhaps we should start by focusing on the lost item itself.
What?
It certainly seems like it was the bait in some kind of trap. The only question is, why wasn't the bait made more conspicuous?
Has something sprung to mind?
I just remembered a film I watched this one time.
Huh? Oh, wow! No way, bro!
Hold on, let me explain. Just now, the traveler speculated that this box might have been placed there on purpose, as if the intention was for someone to come pick it up. That got me thinking about those films about kidnapping cases. When they demand their ransom, the kidnappers tell the victim's family to leave money or valuables at a designated spot for someone to come pick up.
That doesn't merely happen in films. There have been similar cases in real life. In fact, if anything, it's probably the real-life events that inspired the films.
Sounds plausible.
Ooh. Wait. This raises the stakes to a whole new level. If the gun really was some kind of ransom, then since we took the box, the kidnappers never got their payment, so does that mean they executed the hostage?
I agree. I don't believe we have a kidnapping on our hands. Selling off stolen goods is extra work that most kidnappers would want to avoid. Unless they're after something very specific, they tend to just ask for cash. Could we be dealing with a kidnapper who's dead set on getting their hands on an ancient dragon handgun? It's not impossible, but the likelihood is very slim. We can discount that possibility for now. And speaking of selling stolen goods, don't you think this looks more like a transaction?
So, bottom line, this was an individual smuggler at work.
Exactly. And it was the location itself that caused the deal to fall through. The last thing they would have expected was for a quiet beach to turn into a bustling film convention overnight. Not only is the area now packed with tourists, but the Spina di Rosula have a presence there. I'll bet that both parties were completely caught off guard.
That sounds like a plausible theory, but how do we verify it?
Looks like your people better start rolling up their sleeves.
How so?
Easy. Just follow the usual procedure by putting up a lost and found notice. The more routine we make it seem, the more likely the suspect will come forward to claim it. Even if they send a proxy, we're liable to get our hands on new leads. And timing-wise, it's about time we updated the bulletin board anyway. All we need now is a lucky gestionnaire to write up the notice for us post-haste.
Ah, so that's what you meant by rolling up their sleeves. In that case, I may as well write it myself. Delegating this to someone else would require an additional explanation.
Or are you just not used to asking others to work overtime?
Is that really a major concern here?
Well, looks like I won't be needed around here. At least until the notice has been posted.
You could always wait here if you like. The Palais Mermonia serves a particularly fine cup of tea, if that swings it for you.
Thanks, but no thanks. I left a very noisy creature with a friend before heading out, so I should probably get back to feed it.
Ah, I wasn't aware that you had a pet, Mr. Kanich. Speaking of pets...
Get out of here! Out of here!
Yep, that's the plan. Out of here indeed.
I believe that what Wriothesley is trying to say is, you are free to leave, Mr. Kukuku. Furthermore, it has been determined that Mr. Kukuku should not, in fact, be classified as a flying object. As such, he shall be free to move around Fontaine whenever he so pleases.
Oh, gitu maksudnya.
Oh, that really should we bring Kukuku back to Aoife and Auroran?
I shall leave him in your capable hands. Indeed.
You know, all this has made me realize that I'd quite like to have a pet.
If that proves inconvenient within the fortress of Meripede, perhaps you should consider finding a place in the court of Fontaine.
That actually sounds like a good idea. In the past, I always dismissed the idea of buying a property in the city. The prophecy about the floods meant it never seemed like a worthwhile investment. But now...
This might be a good time for you to re-examine the documents I gave you regarding your title as Duke.
Huh?
Citizens with honorary titles are eligible for certain benefits when purchasing property in the court of Fontaine.
Really?
How about this? You read through your documents from start to finish, while I write up the lost and found notice.
Di situ ternyata. Ini konten gue nggak menarik. Nggak kok, normal kalau lu baru-baru. Berkembang aja bro. Stay safe aja.
How?
What? What now?
Let's shake hands.
Fine by me. Get ready for a knuckle sandwich.
Wish, dia orang bro.
Oh, nice dodge.
Paimon feels strangely inclined to keep a safe distance. Did you miss me, bro?
Cuckoo, you're free!
Free!
Not you again. Nope, didn't miss you in the slightest.
Hey, other granny. And hey, Paimon and Kanich. It's good to see you all. Thanks for bringing Kukuku back.
Get it away! Get it away from me! Nice to meet you, bro. Who are you calling bro? Say that again to my face. I dare you.
If you've got the energy to argue this much, you're clearly not hungry yet. Let's go find something to eat while a How lives his best life.
Poor How. He spent all day being tormented by Auroran, only to discover that the suffering's just begun.
Aoife, as a Saurian vet, how can you just sit back and watch our little dragon bro suffer?
Huh? How am I the bad guy?
Did you even hear yourself? Doesn't anyone want to hear how Kukuku got out of jail?
Don't lose hope, How. By the same standard, you have freedom of movement now too. You're still in the game?
Same standard? I will not be held to the same standard as that thing!
That's right. You won't. As far as I understand, the Palais Mermonia will want to assess your case on its own merits before they grant you freedom of movement.
Where's that Saurian meat restaurant again? I'm gonna march that little pink balloon right into the kitchen!
Yeah, good luck with that, bro. You'll be putting your own neck on the line, too.
Also, there's no such restaurant!
Anyway, thanks for looking after a How, guys. I'll take over from here.
Why, you? Between the two, Kukuku wins the cuteness competition hands down.
Jadi picky na.
Really? Thanks! Wait, who are the other contestants, though?
Kontentasnya Paimon.
So now that our crew's back together again, what's our next move? Oh, how about a game of rock, paper, scissors?
No chance. If I lose, we'll end up stuck in the room watching films all over again.
Nope. This time, we'll only watch a film if I lose instead.
Had enough too, huh?
For real now? Come on, bro!
Can we just ditch this whole leaving it all to chance thing? Why don't we take our fate into our own hands?
Aren't we doing that already? Rock, paper, scissors uses our hands.
Don't know why you're laughing. You're stuck with paper every time.
Ada 3 cerita kan dia tuh. berapa nih? Jam 8. Shoo.
The lost and found notice is up. Maybe we should go hang around the Palais Mermonia to see if anyone shows up to claim it.
Place Mermonia. Harus diinvestigasi itu. Bukan sembarang item.
Huh, looks like there were quite a few others with the same idea.
Ah, hello, you two.
Have there been any developments? Okay, guess not. Well, the notice was only just posted. Guess it's pretty unlikely that someone would show up right at...
Special Patrol, open up!
Ah! Who's there? What's going on? The Special Patrol?
I don't think that's who this is.
Hey, this isn't the time for silly jokes! Let's go check it out.
Kenapa ini?
Good day, all. Gramps, grannies, aunts, and uncles.
What in the Tibet are you doing here, Auroran?
Oh, he must be the one you mentioned. Kukuku's owner?
One of his owners. Kind of. But, bro, what are you doing here?
I'm here to claim a lost item.
Huh?
Is this the person you saw on the boat, Mr. Kinich?
Somehow I highly doubt that. For starters, he just addressed us as Gramps and Grannies. And unless this is the youngest looking middle-aged man in the world, I don't think he's our guy.
First teammates.
Huh. Was there something wrong with my door knocking etiquette? That's how they do it in all the films.
Jangan. Gak kayak gitu, men. Kesopanan ada nomor 1 di tempat ini, bro.
That's not door-knocking etiquette. That's the Special Security and Surveillance Patrol doing their job.
Oh, I see. I figured it was just a polite way of requesting entry to show the people inside you had something important to discuss. Oh, sorry about that. I totally goofed that one up. Give me a moment. I'll go back out and try again.
Telat, bro.
So, Roran, you said you were here to claim a lost item. What did you lose?
Yeah, so basically...
Box kan.
For real now? Oh, come on, bro. Auroran, be honest now. Were you the one who lost this?
No, it belongs to a friend.
Friend?
So it belongs to Aoife?
Of course not. Aoife has his own gun. All right then. I knew this wouldn't go well. So here's what went down. This morning, Aoife and I were playing rock, paper, scissors. Before long, he'd lost, as he usually does. So we figured we'd head out and visit some of the Cour de Fontaine's famous landmarks. When we got near the plaza, a man suddenly stopped us to ask for help. He said that he had lost something and that someone had found it and sent it over to the Palais Mermonia. But apparently he used to work here and was worried it'd be awkward bumping into his old coworkers, so he asked us to pretend to be the owners and claim it on his behalf.
You didn't manage to keep that pretense up for long.
It's fine. I'm not the one who feels awkward anyway.
So, a former employee of the Palais Mermonia. Was this individual a Fontaine native?
Yes, at least I assume so. He looked like a well-dressed gentleman to me. We were about to refuse, but he was so polite.
Could it have been a disguise?
Oh no. Auroran, Paimon thinks you've been tricked. This took off and escaped as soon as your mission went pear-shaped.
No way. I'm not that dumb.
Huh?
He's not going anywhere. Aoife and Kukuku are keeping an eye on him over at the plaza.
Keeping an eye on him. I like the sound of that.
Nice.
In that case, let's hurry over to where Aoife is.
Kita harus kejar orang itu.
Catch that con man and find out what's really going on here.
Wait a minute, I have a question first. Traveler, Paimon. You're pretty famous in Natlan, right?
Oh, we're basically household names. But why do you ask?
Would that be a problem?
Remember when I said that the seller might be watching in secret?
If so, then picking Auroron to do their dirty work was a careless mistake on their part.
It suggests that the person who got Auroron to claim the item might not be fully in the know themselves.
Yeah.
There are plenty of unanswered questions, but standing around racking our brains won't help. However, I still suggest that the famous faces among us, meaning the Traveler and Kinich, oh, and of course, Monsieur Nivelet too, stay here for the time being. We'll empty the box, give it to Auroron, and then he can claim the item as if nothing happened. I'll follow to check if anyone is watching.
Diambil. This guy sih. Interesting. Aku suka pemikiran Tesli.
I doubt anyone would recognize me anyway, so I shouldn't draw too much attention.
I think this plan is worth a try. I shall leave it to the pair of you.
So, I have to go undercover again, right?
Terus serang aja bro, lu harus ngomong ke dia bro, tak bisa bro.
Well, not exactly undercover. Just drop the special patrol persona and be yourself instead.
Roger that. Over and out.
Over and out. Oke, kita akan berperan sebagai orang ya. Iya. Oh, Tesli.
No sign of any suspicious individuals around here. Auroron has entered the elevator as planned. I'll head over to the plaza now.
Enak terbang aja nggak sih? Oh.
Nothing suspicious going on here either. Strange. Maybe we're overthinking this?
Stop with the pecking! Please, sir, I'm begging you, do me a favor and get this pet of yours under control!
The heck are you on about?
Sorry, but he's not my pet. He's my coworker. And I should warn you, he's not too happy with how you're talking about him.
What the? This thing has a job? So in Natlan, they just dish out jobs to any old thing.
Uh-oh. Kukuku's not too big on being called a thing either. You're on your own now.
I'm sorry. Please, Mr. Kukuku. Master Kukuku. Lord Kukuku. I meant no offense, I promise.
All right, Kukuku. That'll do for now. Let me ask him some questions first.
Sure thing, bro.
Auroron actually looks pretty serious this time. Was he just pretending to be clueless earlier? Interesting. I think I'll sit back and see how this plays out.
You actually got it? Wow, didn't think it would be that easy.
Ah, excellent. Looks like sending you was the right approach after all.
After all?
I mean, because the staff at the Palais Mermonia don't recognize you, right?
So, I got it. But I don't remember promising I'd hand it over.
Huh?
The This thing's pretty cool. I've taken a bit of a liking to it.
Please don't do this, my good sir, my master, my lord. My very life hangs in the balance.
His life hangs in the balance?
If this means so much to you, what are you gonna offer me in return?
Are you trying to get him to say my life?
How'd you know that?
Because I watched that film with you. You should drop the act. We don't want a real misunderstanding in our hands.
You're probably right. But honestly, I don't know what else to say.
Oh, jadi dia nih kayak memperhatikan sesuatu biar suspicious, tapi faktanya mereka ngambil referensi dari film. Oh.
Sorry, this is the most myself I can be. Is that enough?
Enough. More than enough.
Perfect.
Who's this dude?
Just think of me as a staff member from the Palais Mermonia. Now, if you don't mind, I have some questions for this gentleman about that life or death treasure you were just discussing. Truthful answers appreciated, of course.
Oh no, I'm toast now.
What's that supposed to mean? You don't think the Palais Mermonia has the ability to protect our citizens?
No, I mean, yes, of course they do. Please ask away.
I could do that. But I'd rather you just tell the whole story, from the beginning.
I suppose I only have myself to blame. Such a rare antique, I couldn't resist. I'm a collector of antiques. Nothing excites me more than rare, old relics, and to be completely honest, if someone's selling, I'm buying. I don't care to ask where they sourced their goods. As for the seller of this particular item, well, I've never met him in person. We've had some prior dealings, but always under the cover of coded ads in some shady tabloids. Lost and found notices, missing person ads, that sort of thing. As long as I took care to hide a time and place somewhere within the text, then slip some mora into the envelope before submitting the ad, it would get published. And that was that. No fuss, no trace. Simple, right? Normally, everything goes off without a hitch. But this time, I arrive at the pickup spot expecting a discreet in and out, and instead, I find a whole construction crew at work. That was not what we'd agreed. But I couldn't just let it go, so I reached out to him again the same way as usual. He replied, and do you know what he said? He told me that the item's now in the Palais Mermonia.
Well, he wasn't lying about that.
He insisted that it would be inconvenient for him to make an appearance himself, but said that if I could somehow find a way to retrieve it from the Palais, he'd give me a discount on the price. Of course it wasn't the discount that swung it. Do I look like I'm strapped for cash?
Feeling smug now, are we?
Feeling smug now, are we?
No, please go easy on me.
Go on.
Where was I? Well, anyway, I thought to myself, seeing as the item itself came from Natlan, it would make more sense if I could find someone from there to go retrieve it. And by a stroke of complete and utter coincidence, I just so happened to see these two young folks wandering around, so I'm so very sorry. I underestimated the pair of you.
I need you to clear something up for me. You haven't paid the seller yet, correct? And yet he told you to collect the item from the Palais Mermonia. Was he not worried that you'd just split afterwards?
Well, to be honest, though I can't claim to know him very well, he, on the other hand, seems to know my name and where I live. Besides, this is a guy who managed to get his hands on an ancient Natlanese weapon. That's probably not the kind of person I want to double-cross.
Fair. That makes sense. So, Mr.
Please, just call me Argento.
All right, Mr. Argento. Listen very carefully to what I'm about to say. It will determine how much of the rest of your life you'll be spending beneath the waves.
What does he mean? Is he gonna drown him just like they do in those gangster films? Oh, I get it. He's talking about that place at the bottom of the Fontanian Sea.
Shh, can it?
Owing to your suspected involvement in the illicit trade of Natlanese relics, you're now one of the suspects in an international smuggling case. A trip to the Opera Epiclese seems unavoidable at this stage, but on the bright side, you still have one chance to make things right.
Okay. Do I really? Please tell me what to do.
It's very simple. Just reach out to your seller in the same way as usual, arrange to meet, bring the money, and make the deal. Just be sure to let me know all the details. I'm talking time, place, the whole lot. If we can catch the other party by doing this, you'll have gone some way toward redeeming yourself. Understand?
Oh, I see. I understand. You shall have my full and unadulterated cooperation.
Good. Don't break the law, and don't even think about making a run for it. The Palais Mermonia will be watching you and ensuring your safety. All right, take the box, but leave your ID and other documents behind. You can go now. As for you two, protocol dictates that I should take you both back to the Palais and have you sign a confidentiality agreement. But that would take a lot of time and effort.
Such a hassle, bro!
See, Mr. Kakuku knows exactly where I'm coming from. So, I was thinking, since you're all friends of the Traveler...
I understand, sir. We got dragged into this by accident, and it has diddly squat to do with us. And out of respect for the Traveler, we won't say another word.
Oh, I know this part. We better keep our mouths shut or we'll both be sleeping with the fishes in the tailor-made pair of cement shoes. In that case, I understand completely.
Not exactly what I was going for, but if that's how you want to understand it, then be my guest. Then it's settled. Thanks for your help.
Kenapa vibes-nya orang
Well,
kayak
I'm
aneh?
glad that's over. That's enough work for one day. Time to head back.
Gini amat ya. Detesli. Meantime.
Judging by your expression, it must be good news, huh?
It went smoothly, on the whole.
So basically, we hold off until Argento and the other party have set up the next stage of the transaction. Then we plan our next move.
Patience will be key.
I get that. It's like hunting. I'm just not sure the other party will take the bait so easily.
Well, if he didn't need the money, or if he valued self-preservation over making a profit, he could have walked away as soon as the contraband was brought to the Palais Mermonia. On top of that, although he hasn't shown his face yet, he seems to have no followers or accomplices, and he's relying on an extremely limited set of options to push the deal along. So, if you ask me, he seems like someone who cares a lot about his image and has a somewhat high opinion of himself, but lacks any real ability. I almost get the feeling that if he misses out on this opportunity, he won't have any other way of making money. His every move is like a spin of the roulette wheel, hoping that the ball will land exactly where he wants it to. Or, I don't know. Maybe he'll cut his losses and vanish into thin air, and our efforts will have been in vain. At least Natlan will get the stolen relic back, so it won't have been for nothing.
In that case, let's hope his arrogance stays in play.
Everyone, I have just briefed the Morishose Phantom on the situation. As soon as there are any further developments, we will act without delay. When that time comes, we will be relying on your help.
Leave it to us.
We'll be waiting for the good news.
Oke, saatnya klimaks dimulai. Ini udah menuju ke puncaknya sudah. The price of every price.
On the topic of kidnapping cases, how exactly do we define the subject of a kidnapping? According to the regulations, I mean. Aside from humans, do pets count? What about sentient non-human beings?
Bukan Hakim.
Of course, Melusines go
Ceritanya
without saying,
memuncak
but
maksud.
What about a being like Kakuku?
I am surprised that you are unfamiliar with the legal provisions on this matter.
If I knew all the laws like the back of my hand, I wouldn't have ended up in the fortress of Meripede, would I?
That is no laughing matter, Risley.
Double claymore. Maksudnya double claymore. Ini udah menuju ke klimaks. Kita cek aja apakah menarik perhatian gua atau tidak. Jam 8 tadi. Nanti kita pakai semua lagi. Nah, nggak tahu gua Hakim, jangan tanya gue itu. Saya tidak tahu. Oh, the day after tomorrow. 2 hari beneran ya?
Novelet sent someone to contact us this morning. That must mean there's been some progress. No time to waste. Let's head out.
Alright, let's go guys. Saatnya kita akan menuju cerita utama.
Hey everyone. We're not late, are we?
No, you're just in time. Well rested, I trust?
Staying busy keeps you sharp.
A great way to stay energetic, certainly.
We received word from Mr. Argento yesterday, confirming the time and location of the transaction. It'll take place this afternoon, and it turns out it'll be somewhere we all know pretty well, too. The Film Fantasyland restaurant.
Oh, really? Huh. He sure does like that place.
Seems like you share our concerns, Traveler.
Indeed. Capturing someone in a crowded event venue will be much more challenging than in an open area. The criminal might try to blend in with the crowd, or even escape by taking hostages. In light of this, we've had to make additional preparations. As soon as we received the news yesterday, we began coordinating with the Marechaussee Phantom and the Special Security and Surveillance Patrol.
We'll be deploying lots of undercover agents on site. If things go south, the safety of the civilians will be our top priority. Of course, fingers crossed, everything will go without a hitch.
I noticed a bunch of familiar faces from the previous case, like Captain Chevrolet of the Special Patrol. So I'm feeling optimistic.
We'll trust your instincts then. Oh, yeah, and by the way, we've also been in communication with Miss Lapine Pauline and Miss Navia.
The Spina di Rosula will provide support within a controlled scope, so there's no need to worry.
The only potential issue is with Miss Escoffier.
She doesn't want to serve criminals.
It would be easy if it were that simple. All right, no more jokes. Miss Escoffier has made it clear that she doesn't want her restaurant to suffer any losses as a result of this operation. But, well, I have a feeling things might not go quite as smoothly as she hopes. To be honest, we shouldn't have dragged you into this in the first place, and it's caused you quite enough trouble already. The Fontanian authorities should be able to handle the rest from here. But still, I'm guessing you'd like to see how it all turns out. Well then, feel free to head down to the scene, but just stay alert and play it by ear. You won't necessarily have to do anything. Unless things go pear-shaped, of course.
I'll do my best to ensure that things don't escalate to that point. Of course. There are still a lot of unanswered questions, but our intel so far indicates that the culprit's from Natlan. Plus, I'm already a witness in this case. Might as well see this thing through to the end.
That's the Kenichi we know and love.
Well, that's enough of the small talk. The operation's scheduled for the afternoon. If we're quick enough, We'll even have time for a few cups of tea before we leave.
Oh, and let's grab something to eat too. Can't work on an empty stomach, you know. And rooting for you. It's a very important job.
All right, I'll head over to the venue now. Ahao's been harping on for days now about this event-exclusive meal he wants to try. Guess I might as well shut him up sooner rather than later. See you in a bit.
I look forward to hearing how it all goes.
Serve every price. Good. Yep. Okay. Oke. Kesini.
This beach seems to be getting livelier by the day. Traveler, Paimon's getting kinda hungry. Let's go check out the restaurant menu, shall we?
Your friend thought you might be thirsty. Won't you stay and drink it?
Yes! I tend to steer clear of drinks left out in the open.
You're surrounded. Give up and come with.
You lousy swine!
Stop right there!
Oh, look! A surprise performance! Wow! How lucky we are!
After him!
Sorry, my guy. Unlicensed and illegally docked. This boat's not going anywhere.
Quick! Don't let him get away!
Sniper.
Lowly worm! No one flies higher than the almighty Dragon Lord! Who's stealing my fun? Ah, you again! You're driving me crazy! Oh, wow,
All right, that's a wrap.
Unbelievable! You can't just drag someone around like that! Such blatant disregard for human life! I'm gonna sue the living daylights out of you!
Will you now? I think I did you a favor by pulling you away from your audience. Saved you some face at the very least. As for whether you were facing up or down along the way, well, that was your decision, wasn't it?
Why, you... All right, I admit it. I was in the wrong. Oh, of course I know the difference between right and wrong, but I had no choice. I desperately needed the money. I was an expert on ancient relics. Not only did I have a successful career, but a happy family too. But my son, I never imagined he'd turn out this way. Fell in with the wrong crowd and ended up shoulder deep in gambling. We had some savings, but he drained them away like a waterfall. Once he fell into debt, he had creditors regularly coming over to threaten and intimidate him. I'm his father. How could I just stand by and watch him suffer like that?
Oh, my son is about the same age as you are. If only he could have turned out more like you. That's the only reason I needed the money. Please, believe me. You... Please, kid, I'm begging you. Help me. I see you're from Natland too. That makes us brothers. Please, have mercy.
Kamu orang di mana itu yang gue bingung.
I still have a chance to help my son straighten himself out. But only if I get back. If I go to prison now, he'll be doomed, I tell you, doomed!
Lu kayaknya dari Children of Echoes.
And isn't standing
Iya
together
katanya.
and fighting for a better future what families do?
Ini si Lolo nih kayaknya yang pengen eksekusi kayak gini.
Our fate is in your hands, young man. Please, have a heart.
Something wrong, Kanich? Gone soft, have we?
I don't believe a word you say. Wriothesley had you just about figured out. You're a gambler. Pure and simple.
A gambler? Me? Nonsense! I told you, it's my son!
First of all, are you really from Natland? You've been keeping tabs on the gun's whereabouts this whole time. You should have recognized at least one familiar face by now. On top of that, the way you threatened to sue me? Spoken like a true Fontanian, if you ask me.
Huh? What kind of logic is that? I can't explain. I actually grew up in...
I don't want to hear another word. Ahau, here's your chance. Shut someone else up for once.
The moment I've been waiting for. Eat this, scumbag!
Being a compulsive liar is one of the hallmarks of a die-hard gambler. I bet you're just a Fontanian pretending to be from Natland. Even if you have any friends or family to speak of, I'm guessing they've long since cut all ties with you. And you have your depraved ways to thank for that. Of course, I might be wrong. But does that matter? I'm just here to arrest you. If you're looking for an advocate or a shoulder to cry on, you're out of luck. Besides, prying the truth out of you is exactly what your beloved courts are for. Isn't that right?
Ooh, Jeppers.
Many thanks.
And me? What about me? So rude. You should be bowing down in gratitude to the almighty
Gak
Dragon
tahu
Lord.
Jeppers ya dengan si Kinich deh.
Hey, what do you mean? Hold it right there!
Don't worry. I'm fine. I wasn't the one who just got dragged all the way here.
Little Kanich, thinking back to when you were just an itty-bitty boy, Kanich, aren't ya? Aw, don't start crying like a little baby. I am the almighty Dragon Lord! No servant of mine will be seen acting so weak and pathetic in public!
What are you on about? Still, I suppose there's no point hiding it from you. To put it plainly, I can't stand gamblers. They're the most irresponsible people in the entire world. No respect for the principle that you have to give in order to get.
Gambler aja bagaikan Kinich aja nggak suka.
They'll tell 1,000 lies for a single coin, deluding themselves into thinking they can use it to gamble their way to a vast fortune.
Ada pesan khasiat Kinich kepada kalian ya.
But we all know that even when it looks like you're getting something for free, there's always an unseen cost. In the past, I also ended up paying a price for my father's gambling losses. I don't want anyone else to end up in a similar situation if I can help it. Don't feel sorry for me. I certainly don't feel sorry for myself. They say that people are shaped by their past, and since I've made it this far, I must have done a lot of things right. We should never punish ourselves for the mistakes of others. Instead, I choose to remember the moments that helped me grow. Like when I first learned to use a grappling hook. Or the very first time I yearned for knowledge. Yeah, I believe you. Let's get going. If we don't head back soon, we'll cause more unnecessary worry.
Ya, apa yang terjadi? Itu yang terjadi.
Yay! Traveler Kanich, you're back! We just saw Chevro's taking the criminal away. She looked pretty pleased with herself. So after so much running in circles, turns out he had no fight in him, huh? Guess running away was the only trick up his sleeve. Oh, also, Risley said to let you know that he's already left. He went to report back to the Palais Mermonia. Apparently, the Mari show say Phantom's preparing to carry out an in-depth investigation into illegal gambling activities. Sounds like they'll have their hands full. Anyway, that's for the Palais to worry about, not really our concern. Hey, it's not like you to give up so easily, Charlotte. Make sure you pick the best shots of Paimon. Oh, already gone. Hope she heard that. Yeah, you're right. But what took you all so long to get here? Did something happen?
What? Rumors and slander! When have I, the mighty Dragon Lord, Kahulahau, ever sunk to such sniveling?
Often, actually. To be honest, I haven't decided yet. At the moment, I've got nothing urgent to get back for. And in any case, the court might need me to testify again. Plus, that gun's still a key piece of evidence. I'll probably have to wait until the case is closed before I can return it to Natlan. So, I guess I'll be sticking around to enjoy the beach a little longer.
Sorry. Akhirnya ceritanya by the way banyak yang seru-seru juga. Dan aku salut. Case tracking. Oh, Ciparin pasti itu. Nanti gua. Kayaknya besok aja itu. Ya, sepertinya akan lama ini. Whirling Waltz. Seru sih story-nya. Nggak akan komplain kok, story-nya bagus. Ya, kurang ya guys ya. Karena udah jam 10, aku kayaknya off stream dulu aja. Cukup ramai juga di sini. Ada adrenalinnya gitu. Oke lah. Itu aja kayaknya dulu. Sebagai penutup gua ini aja dulu. Farming XP dulu. Bentar, mana XP?
Share my knowledge. Hey. I bring it. Incoming. Everyone hold hands. Nowhere to hide. Don't blink.
Hia.
This one's got your name on it.
Nah, udah dulu aja kayaknya. Oh ya ampun guys, capek juga ya. Ya kali ini itu aja dulu kayaknya streaming. Overall aku suka storynya. Di sini memang apa ya? Cerita utama di sini tuh kita berfokus ke kini. Tapi yang gua ngerasain di sini tuh kayaknya nggak serame yang gua kira gitu. Gua kira ya rame itu kayak beneran rame, ada Furina gitu ya. Furina aja nggak tertampil di sini. Bahkan Nublet pun perannya cuman peran dari layar belakang doang. Tapi yang aku salah tuh Rio Tesli, men. Tapi tidak menutup kemungkinan juga ya, Rio Tesli juga MVP juga dalam sebagai pendukung untuk melakukan investigasi ya. I like that story. It's very good, man. I'm not joking. Ini bisa dibilang side story paling terbaik lah. Well, ada lucu-lucu juga yang mana gue suka. Gegara ada ororon juga sih. Cuman emang ororon kalau di luar rata emang geblek juga sih. Entah kenapa. Nah itu aja kayaknya guys. Izin kali ini, streaming kali ini. Aku kayaknya bisa streaming tapi gue main Zone Zero aja. Nggak tahu gue kapan. Mungkin siang atau nggak sore. Lihatlah dulu nanti. Overall great story. Itu aja kali ini, konten kali ini. Streaming kali ini. Sampai jumpa streaming berikutnya. Bye bye. Dadah.